What's up, guys? It's Aaron from Aaron Reviews and More, back with another review. Today, we are reviewing Copenhagen Wintergreen pouches. So, I typically am not a wintergreen guy. I do prefer sweeter wintergreens, though, if I do have wintergreen. Not a big fan of the wintergreen burn. I have liked some wintergreen chews that are not as popular with most, but yeah, pouches are something that I like to use at work just for convenience and discreetness. So we'll get into the review. So on the front it says satisfaction since my eyes are getting bad, 1822. Wintergreen Copenhagen pouches with a warning. It says more wintergreen pouches. Then it says Smokeless Tobacco Company, Nashville, Tennessee, a 1-800 number, or 1866 number, I guess. Underage sale prohibited, tax class M, 100% American tobacco. There's a barcode and then some reward points, which I cannot get in Canada. On the back, it has a sell-by date. It is expired, but with pouches, it does not matter, in my opinion. It's expired January 11th, 2025. So about a month, 2 months, I guess. It's out, but with pouches, no, not a big deal. If any of them are really dry, you just put a little water on them before you put them in, just to moisten them up, and that'll be just fine. So yeah, let's get into it. All right. So that is what you're looking at. These are U.S. smokeless pouches, so they are not, the material is not brown, so that is staining that you're seeing. The moisture is still really good. Like this is damp. Like it's still really good. Like really good. Like you can even, I guess you can't see that, but it's really damp still. So the moisture is still really high on these. I think there's 15 in. Every time I do smokeless pouches, I say I think. So and I'm always having to count. But here we go again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 15 pouches you get in any U.S. smokeless tobacco pouches. That's your Skoal, Copenhagen, etc. So yeah, it's a nice soft feeling pouch material. It has a little bit of a stickiness to it when you touch them. But beyond that, let's put her in. So I have been off and on using nicotine pouches a little bit at work. I just don't like the release. You know, for those of you that use nicotine because they like the energy it gives you, I don't mind the energy kick, but for me with nicotine pouches, that's what it gives me. With tobacco, I don't know if it's just a pleasure center thing, but it always makes me relaxed. It always is a calming feeling when I have tobacco orally and the nicotine starts to release. It's always much slower release, even with fine cuts. Copenhagen snuff I recently did still releases slower than nicotine pouches. Still does not, wake me up and let's go, So beyond that, nicotine pouches, I have a place for them. Just, if let's say I haven't ordered pouches, don't have any in stock at my house. I guess in stock, I'm not a fucking store. I don't have any on hand. I will use nicotine pouches until I purchase more pouches. I will not buy the Canadian pouches that cost ridiculous amount of money. I will buy from my sources and get a can for $13 and whatever cents I get the can. Canadian. So, it tastes identical, obviously, to the Copenhagen long cut. It does have the wintergreen burn. It's not uncomfortable, but it is very present. But it's nice. It's nice. I honestly, I know because flavor profiles, they taste different depending on the cut. Sometimes a fine cut will taste a little different than a long cut. Some people say Copenhagen long cut tastes different than Copenhagen snuff. Really, it's just how quickly the flavor releases and when it, that kind of thing. So this releases a little slower, which I prefer because I'm not a huge wintergreen guy. It kind of eases you into it. But I don't hate Copenhagen long cut wintergreen. I'm not a big fan of the burn. I just never have been. Even with mints. Not that you get a burn, but even with mints, I don't really like overpowering menthol or minty coolness. I can't say that it tastes too much tobacco. It's there. It's present. But the wintergreen is definitely front and center. But yeah, I recommend pouches to anybody that works in a situation where spitting is not easily done, and if you're somewhere where you can't clean out your mouth and you don't want little pieces of long cut dip left in your teeth. At work, I have my own office, so if I were to use tobacco in there, I can do that very discreetly. Someone comes and knocks on my door, I'm sure I can hold a conversation without having to spit. These days, I don't know if it's a time thing with me, like just how long I've been dipping, which is not that long. It's it's going on 8 or 9 years. I don't produce as much saliva I don't produce much saliva in general. There are certain things that still do, like for some reason Copenhagen Straight I still do. Chews, obviously I do. But Skull Straight, not because of the dryness. I don't seem to produce a lot of saliva. Unless there is a high salt or high sweetness in it, I just don't produce a lot of saliva. The spitting I've done here is been forced just for the sake of getting the taste profile for this video. I'm pretty sure if I didn't do that, I could sit here for at least 5 minutes without needing to spit. I don't gut it at all. I don't have that ability. My stomach would kill me. But it's not like a newer dipper that has issue with that. It's just something that comes with time. So all in all, it's a good product. I do like the pouch material on Copenhagen's pouches a little better than Skull's. I find it's a little softer. It stains through a little better. Then again, the only Skull pouch products that I've really had are mint. I don't know if they even make a Skull wintergreen pouches, but I've had the straight, which I'm so used to straight for taste profiles. I wouldn't produce a lot of saliva. But yeah, I heard that I don't know if it's all of the American Snuff Company, but Grizzly is putting Best Buy on their cans finally, after years and years of terrible codes that are only known by experienced dippers who know what the codes mean. So that's a definite improvement. I do wish Copenhagen had a little more pouches in their cans. I wish it was closer to American snuff companies, but it's in my opinion, Copenhagen is the highest quality tobacco out there. There's nothing that could touch it. Nothing. So I do like the can design. I like the bronze there for the pouches. So yeah, if you're a dipper and you're looking for a pouch to try that you can get from the United States, whether you're in Canada or live in the United States, and you like wintergreen, this is a definite go-to, I would say. Very soft, good taste profile. It tastes a lot like the long cut. No complaints at all. So that being said, there's not much to it. So this is my review of Copenhagen Wintergreen pouches. This is Aaron from Aaron's Reviews and More. Talk to you soon.